Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. How is everyone? I am so glad to be on here. I had decided last week, right before we were dealing with the massive floods and rains and all of that stuff that we were dealing with, that I was going to start doing a weekly live, try to do them on Wednesdays because that's a good day for me. Do you see that mosquito right there? He's going to get it. You got to go. You don't belong in here. And so I decided to just go ahead and jump on here. I've got a few minutes as we're getting ready for some stuff this evening. And I just literally drove with my mom all the way up to San Antonio and back today because I actually have been seeing a second-year resident at UTSA Dental School in San Antonio about some massive teeth work that I had to get done. And I'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. But before we get too far, I wanted to give a shout out to my friends. Yesterday, I woke up in the grumpiest mood ever with no real explanation. I was complaining about the house being dirty. I felt like I was just feeling grumpy. I didn't feel well. I've been feeling really down and low. My allergies have been bugging the crap out of me because, we've got standing water all over the place, and that means there's mold and there's stuff and there's pollen and all. And one of the first things I did at the very beginning of the morning was say to myself, look, this is what your job today is. This is what you're complaining about as you get out of bed this morning. You get to get up, clean up your house, spend the morning with my daughter. This was yesterday. Today I spent the morning with my mom. Spent the morning with my daughter, having chit chats with her all morning because she's been out of school the last couple of days for something completely different. And then go to the farm where your family has this beautiful, amazing farm where you're going to be living out there. Next year, this time, you will be a full resident on the farm. And then go and look at all your beautiful gardens, harvest your vegetables. And I'm telling you, man, I harvested so much corn yesterday. I harvested several more pounds of beans, tomatoes, onions, potatoes. I mean, my gardens are going insane. They are beautiful. They are overflowing with abundance. And I'm so glad that my parents are back in town so that I can get a little bit of their help. We can get ready for that big farm to table event that's coming up. So that's where that kind of grouchy stuff was coming from. And then after that, I needed to make a trip out to my friends at Canali. I said it right. Canali Dairy Farm. They are out in the Sandia area, and pick up some stuff for that farm to table dinner. I was picking up cheese. I was picking up milk. We're going to make ice cream. And so I get to go. That's my job. Today, that's my work. And then, of course, when I get home, I've got to deliver the milk, and I've got to get my vegetables all processed and ready to go in the refrigerator and all of that work. So I had a lot of work, and into the evening and all of that. But I was just really, really grumpy. And so we'll come back to that some more here in just a second. But the shout out is, and my little friend here, he wants to say hi. Say hi. Tell everybody hi. He actually really kind of hates, hi Shirley, good to see you. He actually really kind of hates the camera when I put it on him. He always turns away. So, okay, you get down and go do something else for a bit. Okay, what I wanted to do was one of the things that some of you already know that every day I drink a smoothie. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute when we talk a little bit about the upgrade and healing and all of that kind of stuff. I drank a this size, whatever this is. This is a quart. I think this is a quart. I drink a quart of green smoothie every day. And it's usually got some different types of protein in it. Yogurt is usually always one of the ones that it has in it. I've always got greens in it. If I've got any of the good sweet root vegetables like carrots, I always put some frozen fruit in there, in something liquid. So I use coconut water. So I've got this smoothie going, and on a regular basis I've got a smoothie going, and recently I did a video on it. I talked about it on the podcast that we do, dinnertabletalks.com, and my friends at Canali Farm, they actually pay attention to that. They watch the podcast or they listen to the podcast. They pay attention to what I'm up to. And he gave me a call last week and he said, hey, look, I got something new. It's exciting. It's going to be perfect for your smoothies. And when you come out to the farm the next time, and I was like, well, I got to come out this week because I'm going to, got to get some of that cheese and all the stuff for the farm to table dinner next week. And he's like, well, I have something new and I'm super excited about it. And we did this huge test batch. And in order to do a test batch in a large facility, and theirs would be considered a small, large facility. For some of you guys, that makes sense. But they are running yogurt now. I guess that's backwards. Can you see those words there? I think you can. I don't know. I don't know how this part of it works. Y'all let me know. But it's Canali Farms, pasture-based Jersey, all-natural, pourable probiotic yogurt. It's a low-temp, pasteurized whole milk and the cultures. And you can pick it up at Canali Farm right now. And so I used that in my delicious smoothie yesterday. And part of the reason why I told you the whole story about, besides just the amazing, beautiful liquid, that's a quart, I believe, a quart of yogurt, liquid yogurt that you can pour into your smoothies, which helps out with that. I always talk about you got to have some kind of liquid in there and you're trying to make it smooth because I don't like to have to use straws for my smoothie. So I want them to be really nice and liquid, cold, but blended, but liquid. So these are perfect, you guys. And they're at most of the farmers markets. I don't know whether they're going to be at the Wednesday market tonight or not. But I know they often also go to the Southside Market. I've seen them at the Pearl in San Antonio. And of course, you can drive out to the location. If you type it into your Google Maps, it literally comes up and it'll point you right to it. If you follow the directions exactly, it'll get you right to the dairy. But the address is 973 County Road 360, Sandia, Texas. So if you are one of the people in my local area that is looking for low pasteurized, okay, so that's important for if you have concerns about drinking raw milk. And actually, there are as I understand it, the laws about raw milk have actually changed in this session during this last session. Although, for those of you that know how laws work with that kind of stuff, you'll know that the law technically hasn't changed yet. It probably will officially change in September. But there are some access points to raw milk now that there weren't before. But I don't know what the rules about that are. So let's scratch that off the table and simply talk about the fact that in South Texas now, we have access to low pasteurized local milk off of local dairy. And you guys, when I got there to the farm, and I got there a little bit early before Joey was able to get there, and so I sat on their beautiful deck that they've built. They've built this amazing deck where you can sit right outside of the little farm store they have. They have a nice little farm store. I'm doing quotation marks like it's not a real farm store. It's an actual farm store with the refrigerated section and all of that. And they've got their cheese and their milk and their pourable yogurt, and it's all in there now. And so outside on their patio is this place to just sit. And you guys, yesterday was heaven. It is exactly what you see when they lie to you on the commercials about the industrial milk, about what the cows look like and with the flowers and with the grass, the lie they tell you on the commercials. No, this is the real deal, y'all. I sat on that porch. The temperatures were perfect. The grass was green. The yellow wildflowers, coreopsis, sunflower, all of that were just growing up the fence line perfectly, manicured even. And out across that green lawn, I looked and I saw baby calves, dairy mamas. And it was the nursing dairy mama. Oh my God, y'all. Seriously, you have got to go out there and you have got to support these guys, because here's that massive transition point where they have worked and worked and worked to transition themselves from the old school industrial dairy system to this new low pasteurized system. And they have built this amazing facility, and they're doing all of this stuff because they love their community. They love their animals. They love their family name. They care. They care. This is their business. It's important to them. And so I just really, really, really wanted to start this whole thing out in Aislynn's world by telling you that go to that local dairy if you're not in my area, if you're not in the Corpus Christi area and you're in another part of the country, go to a local dairy, a real local dairy, and look at how they're doing things. And if you can sit on the patio right outside of the place where they literally milk the cows, where they literally make the cheese, where they literally low pasteurize the milk, and look at the dairy cows, and look at the nursing mamas, and look at the baby calves, and look at the green grass that they're eating, and know the people that are doing that work for you, you are accessing the highest level of quality of life that is available for us here as humans on this planet. I'm telling you what, it was amazing. And I'm so thankful to be friends with those folks. I'm so thankful to have special invitations to be a part of it. It means so much to me to get to be a part of that. Now, I want to talk about what I brought up at the beginning of this podcast, because today is actually a really important day. Every day is an important day. If you're alive and you're a human, it is an important day. But today is a really important day because there is a very awesome, massive lunar eclipse happening. And anytime there's a full moon, there's lots of great activity going on. There's lots of energy workers out there doing lots of great things. And so the idea that I wanted to bring to the table today is that we're at a point with this particular lunar eclipse, and we're at a point where we are in human civilization, in our existence, in evolution of the universe, in all kinds of amazing things, in the system upgrade. And part of that, I believe, and because we just went through this massive pandemic, and because we're all learning a lot about the mind, body, spirit connection, and that if you're dealing with different types of diseases, that there's a whole system dis-ease going on. There's an issue with wellness in the entire system. And so the way I'm looking at this, and the way that I'm talking to a lot of folks about this, and that people are talking to me about, the mentors that I follow, the coaches that I follow, is that we're talking about this idea of a system upgrade. Or I posted a couple of days ago, code refactoring. Like, we're rewriting the code. We're taking it to the next level. We're leveling up. We're learning what triggers us so that we can see those as an error in the operating system, recognize that there's an error in the operating system, and then upgrade our system to perform more effectively, to have more return on the investment for the amount of work that our system does. And the one biggest thing that I wanted to say today, and I've learned this very much, I'm going to talk about my teeth a little bit today because of the fact that I went up to the dental school this morning. I'm going to talk about my smoothie a little bit because your system was designed to heal. And today, with this whole full moon and the things that we've been going through today, and me talking about being grumpy yesterday, and just kind of what we're doing right now, in what I believe we're doing right now in our whole universe system, is learning to let go. Allowing ourselves to heal and let go of the stories that healing is from the external world. That healing comes from outside of us. That we don't have within our own system the ability to heal, upgrade, go to the next level. And in science, now we all want to talk about science, real science, energy is all that matters. If you understand how protons and electrons and neurons and atoms and all the particles, basically, that make up everything that exists on the planet, everything that matters on the planet, you understand that it is all made of energy. And it is all able to access this energy that we all have a part of, that we're all a part of. And we have the ability within ourselves, and with our connection to the greater source, the God, the universe, the higher power, wherever we are, whatever we believe in, that spirit, that energy that flows through us is a part of our coding, is a part of our system, and is a part of our ability to ultimately upgrade our system and begin to understand that we have more power in healing than we've been giving ourselves credit for. That healing doesn't have to occur externally. I mean, even to the point today, as we were having this conversation about the idea that we even still to this day require technology, whether it's chemistry with medicine or an actual piece of technology to transmit information or to heal ourselves, that with our forward movement, with our evolution, with these types of massive system upgrades, we begin to understand that there isn't anything outside of us that we require in order to heal ourselves. Now, does that mean that we find a path to the best person to help us fix issues that we have maybe with our bones or with a massive injury that we require help with? Absolutely. Absolutely we do. But it comes from within us to be able to access the best quality of healing that is the best match for us. Okay? And so the reason I brought this up specifically is because, and I want to tell you my stories. I'm going to tell you a little bit. I have quite a few stories as it relates to pain. But I wanted to bring this up today specifically because today is a day of healing so that our systems can upgrade. All the systems can upgrade, right? Today is a day of letting go of the idea that we don't have within us the power to upgrade our systems, that we don't have within us the power to find healing, that we don't have within us the power to step beyond the idea that we're victims on a world that we will never be able to overcome, or that we will never be able to have harmony on, or that we will never be able to that we will never have the ease and the life that we desire. The life that we desire. We will never have the ease to have the life that we desire, right? And because what happens is that within ourselves, we create this pain body. And some of us, myself, this is the reason why I thought it would be good to bring this up, myself included, I'm one of those people, I always call it hands in the dirt learning, but I've recently learned that there's something more about my human design, my genetic makeup, that is a investigator. And the perfect example that was given to me to help me understand this was, I'm one of those types of people that, here I am sitting on the beach, right? And I'm walking down the beach and I see this beautiful, amazing bonfire. But all around the bonfire are signs that say, keep out, beware, hot, don't touch, all of these things. And the first thing I do, no matter what the signs say, the first thing I do is run and jump through the fire and get burned. It's hot. It's real. And then I turn around and I go, hey, everybody, let me let you know something. This fire, it's real. And because I've been through a lot of pain and had a lot of healing and have upgraded my system every single time I've been through some pain and then gone into some healing and figured out how to go to the next level, or how to give myself more permission within my own self to heal. And because I've experienced it, because I've seen it, because I've touched it, because that's what I'm here on this planet to do, people trust me. People say, she's been through that. She's felt that. She's experienced that. And if they don't know me well enough to know that, that would be a great opportunity for us to have a chat. Because let me just tell you one story, just one. And there are numerous ones. If you've watched my TED Talk, My Garden is a Sanctuary, you'll hear two more, completely different ones. When I was born without baby teeth in the front of my mouth. This one and this one, okay? I was born without teeth up here. And so for 42 years, I had baby teeth in my mouth. I'm 42 years old. 42 years, I had baby teeth in my mouth. I have extreme fear of anything in the dental machines, healthcare. That's where my fear comes from. Because I've been through so much. I know what it feels like. But years ago, I was told over and over and over again by many people, and this is one of the privileges, advantages, whatever it is you want to call it, that I've had, and that is I was told, you can actually heal that. You can take care of yourself. Now, you think about that and you go, how do you heal being without teeth, right? How do you heal that? Well, imagine someone that held on to teeth for 42 years to the point of when the dentist went in to finally look at what needed to be done, there was 0 root left in my mouth. None. I just had little teeth, like just tiny little baby teeth just hanging on there. And I just knew any day now that was going to be, but at the same time, because someone had told me, because someone had given me just a tiny little bit of evidence. And yes, I'm one of those people that does the research, that jumps on the fire, that has the experience, that has the evidence, that can say, yeah, you know what? I can heal some things. Yeah, I have the power to heal some things. That I worked diligently about keeping my health as good as it could be by cleaning my mouth, by rinsing my mouth with, good essential oils and all the kinds of things like that, keeping my gums healthy, keeping myself healthy, drinking these massive green smoothies every single day because I love it, because I grow vegetables, because I have lots of vegetables, because I have farmer friends that make probiotic yogurt for me to pour in these beautiful smoothies, that I could heal myself, that I could hold on to those teeth. And when I got there to that, I have blown those people away. Now, if I took my teeth out, I'm not going to, because I have, I fear judgment like everyone else does, right? That I'm literally missing my teeth. So I have dentures in, basically, adult dentures in right now. But I had I had a full bone graft surgery, and then I had a full implant surgery, 2 implants. Like I literally have 2 screws in my mouth right now. And then they're going to put my teeth back in there. But the student that had me as a client has been over the moon excited to talk about me, to tell people about me, to meet with me every time I come in there, because I'm healthy. Because every time I go back after a surgery, she can't even believe how quickly I've healed, how fast I've healed, how much I've healed. And that's coming from someone who I don't get involved in the healthcare system. I don't go to the doctor. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. But my choice has been to stay outside of that, because that's where I find the greatest amount of anxiety. That's where I find concern. That's where I find problems. That's where, for me, I don't feel good there. I don't feel well there. I don't feel like I can be involved in the healing system. So I go to this place and I meet with these doctors, and they know I have anxiety, and I'm honest with them from the very beginning. I have anxiety in healthcare systems. But let me tell you what I believe in. And I have an honest conversation with the people that my system upgrades, my ability and willingness to let go and listen and follow when I'm being told to go, have led me right to this place to have this particular surgery done at age 42, when I know, as healthy as I am, as good as I am about healing myself, that eventually those teeth are going to fall out, and I'm going to want to be on TV, and I'm going to want to be showing off my pretty smile. I'm going to want to be dancing on the beach in my swimsuit with big smiles on my face, and I'm going to want to have a beautiful smile. And I've gone to this place, and they're healing me. They're helping me. Together, not apart, not telling each other lies, not ignoring what they're asking me to do, not questioning when they tell me to do something, because I have the power within me, and it's not, we talked about this morning on the drive, we get challenged to find a source to prove whatever we're trying to prove to somebody, right? Because you Google that and you can find 12 different answers. You can find, but here's the thing, that's not my source. I don't use Google as my source. I don't use some scientist who can be proven wrong by another scientist as my only source. Now, granted, do I pull in information? Do I do the research? Do I touch the flame? Yes, of course I do. But the healing comes from inside me. It comes from source. It comes from God. Whatever it is for you, however you practice your religion, however you practice your spirituality, it comes from your source. It comes from within. And we do have the power. We do have the power to heal ourselves. And I wanted to come on and talk about that because I know that one of the most challenging things that I have found that I need to talk about, but I find hard to talk about in today's world, is the idea that we have more power over our own wellness than we're giving ourselves credit for. And today, and during the time that we're in right now, they say it's actually from today to June 10th, which is a system upgrade, that you, even if you haven't gone through 42 years of as much pain as I've gone through, the list is long, longer than I want to stay on here and tell you about. That I've gone through 42 years of hearing, learning, experiencing, touching the fire, being burned, healing from the burn, figuring all of those things out, that within the next week, we all have a massive opportunity for a system upgrade. To begin to understand that we have more power within ourselves, from our source, with our source, to heal ourselves and to be a part of the healing, even if it leads us to a medical professional, and it should and it might, right? Because my dental stuff led me to a medical professional, someone that can do things with a machine that I can't do because I don't have that education, because I don't have that piece of knowledge. But I found her, and she has given me the warmest, most welcoming, healing, exciting, kind, all of these things so that I can do the healing within myself. I still have to heal. I still have to come home after a massive dental surgery where they pump my body with the highest level of antibiotics, kill every microbiome that existed in my gut, pour myself some delicious probiotic yogurt from my friend's dairy into my delicious, amazing smoothie that I drink, take my supplements, and do the things that I know how to do. And one of the things that I know how to do is to listen when Source is telling me to go. And one of the things that Source is telling me right now is that we are in a massive system upgrade. And it is about healing. And that during this time that we're going through this over the next, and this is where, if you go all the way back to the beginning of this video, and I talked about how grumpy I've been the last couple days, and that I didn't understand what was going on. I'm just, I'm tired. And imagine when your computer or your phone is going through a system upgrade. It has to turn off. It might even have a little bit of a glitch in it. Then when you get to the other side of it, the glitch is worked out, right? I'm not feeling really good. I'm not, the abundance that I am normally so turned on by, the abundance, the money, the vegetables out of my garden, I'm usually so turned on. I feel so run down. Why? Because my system's upgrading. So what I ask for you, I'm going to jump off now. I love you guys that stayed on, that stayed a part of this, that jumped on, that came and wanted to interact with me some and hear what I have to say. What I wanted to say was take some time. You can do it now. And actually, I started doing it yesterday evening when the moon was not fully full, but almost full. Let go of some things. Let go of some of that, those old stories that have led you to believe that all of the healing comes from the outside of you. Even to the point of believing it comes from a God that's outside of you. Because there is no way possible that an all-powerful, all-loving, omniscient, amazing, wonderful God could be outside of you. It's inside of you, with you, a part of you. There's no separation. We're all the same. We're all the same. Pieces of energy collected in a creative consciousness collection that all says my hair is kind of red. It'll be redder again tomorrow when I go back to get my hair done again. We created this. We together created this with God, and we together can heal it. And that is massive, and it is going on all over the entire universe right now, all over the entire planet right now, and the entire universe is rooting for us. And it's an amazing, wonderful system upgrade. So excuse me, whatever you have to let go, whatever you're ready to heal from, whether you have any of the same experience that I have with the words that I'm saying, it doesn't matter. Let go and let God. That's it. Let go and let go. Let go and let God. Let go and let God help us solve that problem together. Together. I rise, you rise, we rise. Please know that I am praying for every single one of you. I'm praying for the entire planet, and that I will be doing everything I can to call in today, to let go today of everything that, all the old stories that have created the old system breakdown, and to upgrade and to level up into the new system that leads us all to where we all desire to be. No matter where we are, no matter what side we're on, no matter what we understand, no matter what God we believe in, no matter what, that we all can rise together. And I love that about human species. I love that about our existence on this planet. And I love that about the planet that we live on, this amazing, awesome, blue-green, beautiful space that exists in this magnificent galaxy, in this magnificent universe with so much space for expansion. Think about the amount of space there is for expansion. It is astronomical. It is more than you could ever understand. And that's all I have for you today. So, your homework. Go outside tonight. Even if you just say one prayer and ask God, ask yourself, ask God yourself to help you let go of something. One thing. If you do that today, I promise you, you will see some system upgrade. I love you. Have a fantastic day. Let go, let God. When I rise, you rise. We all rise.